Yep.
Alright. Now, I'm going to count down to the intro, because post-editing me's not going to know where it is.
Can we
So...
be like Fox Sports? I'm gonna be like, we be the Fox.
Who's doing the intro?
I'll do it.
Alright.
I got you.
The intro, though.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome today to the Lucas Oil 200 for the ARCA Racing Series. Starting on the pole today is Joseph Curtis. Outside of him, from the front row, is Spencer Gilmore. Got Eric Dobbs, Isaac Jekyll, and Eli Bright. That's over top 5. It'll be exciting today as we have 50 laps of hard fought racing, 125 miles here at the Daytona International Raceway, and everyone wants to win for that.
Yeah, rumors have it they're going to go about 200 or more miles per hour here based on testing what we've seen so far. Hopefully the roof flaps can deploy in case we do have a wreck, and hopefully we don't get any good blowovers here in this race. Either way, who do you think is going to win this race?
You know what? I think last season's ARCA champion Eli Bright's got a pretty good chance. He's got a fast car, and the confidence from last season carried with him over into this season, and he should do a pretty good job.
Pace car pulls in. We're getting ready to go green here at Daytona. We're green from the World Center of Racing.
Alrighty, side by side coming into turn number 1. Spencer Gilmore's got a good push from the number 56 of Isaac Jekyll there. And there you see the number 6, Eric Dobbs on the bottom. That inside line is going to be pretty strong here in lap number 1. It's going to be the preferred line, as you can already see some 3-wide racing near the middle of the pack.
Oh man, the 67 inside Ash Curtis pulling it 3-wide.
Oh man, you saw they made a bit of contact there. The Pollards of Oriole Pollard and Stephen Pollard III, they made a bit of contact in the turn number 3 and 4. They really need to get each other some room here because it's really early in the race and there's no need to get too aggressive here. As there you see the number 59 of Spencer Gilmore leads lap number 1 of the race.
Eric Dobbs going down the inside of both the Lear cars into turn 1. He's going to take the lead in the number 6 machine. Following him is Ash Curtis, and he's also going to dip down below Eric Dobbs out of turn 2. As you got a couple Pollards on the inside line, but Corey Williams is in a Pollard sandwich in the 88 Zaxby's car.
Still 3 wide, several rows deep. You see a bundle of cars in the middle lane there. As there you see Ash Curtis now going to the lead, and there you see Stephen Paul III now trying to get to the point on the inside of the number 67. They are still 3 wide. Coming in turn number 1, they've really pretty much squeezed a lot into turn number 3 and 4. This could be a bit of a disaster situation for those in the middle line because they have no place to go.
Looking inside is M. Pollard.
It's Michael Pollard. He's the youngest out of all the Pollards. He's only 17 years old, but still got a permit to race, considering he competed in the full ARCA Wrigley Series season last season. So,
yeah, you see the 36 Japanese driver Jesse Iwuji now trying to go for the lead, but it looks like it's.
He's actually one of the only African American drivers in the field.
My apologies. I actually thought it sounded like a very Japanese name. So my apologies there, but there you see there's still some good 3-wide racing here. Zach Buchanan in the middle lane, and Theo Segal III now going to the bottom, now trying to take the lead away.
Yeah, good story behind Jesse Iwuji. He was in the military and decided to pursue a career in racing, got in the Drive for Diversity program, and here he is in the 36 car, battling for the lead at Daytona. But speaking for battles for the lead, 68 of DJ Curtis down to the inside of Theodore Segal III.
Teammate Jonathan Tungate is right there too, I believe.
36 to 98 are two of the Drive for Diversity drivers in the field, so keep an eye out on them. Trying to make a difference in the sport. And Will Goss going to try to make a 3 wide coming into turn 3. Joey Murphy following behind him with Robbie Jackson. As there's a little bit of contact made between the leader and Jonathan Tungate. A pair of Kimmel cars on the high side. And there's a wreck in the back.
Oh, yep. Caution's going to fly. We got a couple cars spinning. Isaac Jacobs around in the 56. Spencer Gilmore looks like he's got a piece of that, as well as Eric Dobbs and Brandon Schmidt in the number 52. Caution's out on the racetrack. The field should be able to slow themselves down.
Oh, they're wrecking again.
Another crash.
This one's a little tamer, it looks like. Corey Williams in it.
Oh, JJ Williams
Hit hard.
and Gilmore plow right into the back of each other. Let's hope Eric Dobbs slows down. Oh, he doesn't slow down. Classic case of ARCA brakes.
It looks like they were trying to get on the brakes there, might lock up there. That's probably why they slammed into each other so late.
Alright, first let's take a look at what happened on the exit of turn 4. Really couldn't see what happened at all because we were paying attention to the front of the pack. Going in slow motion here. Looks like the Patrick Tracian 69 car gets into the 52 and the 56. And 52 spins right in front of these guys. And
Eric
Dobbs,
no place to go.
Yep, Gilmore doesn't really have anywhere to go. He's just kind of slowed down, trying not to hit anything. JJ Williams spins out. Isaac Jekyll down into the grass. But then let's also look at what happened going into turn 1 when they were taking the caution.
Wow. I have no clue.
I think the yells bunched up there.
Ooh,
They all tried to
someone...
slow down, just ran out of room.
Somebody bumper locked with somebody else. I think it was the 10 and the 55. Or the 10 and the 9, actually.
The 9 and I believe someone else is a white car. The 10. 9 and the 10.
No, the
actually
10 and the 36. The 36 hooked the rear end of the 10, it looked like.
I don't know, we got an onboard with Jesse, but the 55 takes a little bit of a spin here in turn 1. Obviously, did not expect to get plowed out of all that. The
Merkel
two
got
Menards
turned.
cars were also involved. But, you're right, Merkel did get turned again. And if you're Luis Hernandez, I don't think you're expecting a bunch of cars to come by and just start hitting you. Tough day for Luis. He's been killing it in the truck series as of late.
Yeah. When I saw
man,
the
look-
06 kind of come into the picture there, it looked like he was actually committed to a low line because also the 22 was up high, and I think he just slammed on the brakes a bit too late, hit the 55 there, and you saw what happened from there on.
Our leader right now is Joey Murphy in the number 20 car. He beat Goss and I believe DJ Curtis out there.
Yeah, these guys did have pit stops. They're gonna have to pit maybe 1 or 2 more times. It all depends on how everything plays out.
I think they might need to extend the caution here a bit out. They're not quite in line. A couple of cars are actually on the apron of the racetrack, so they're going to have to extend that caution maybe to 1 more lap here. And the race control has stated they will extend it 1 more lap so the cars can get lined up properly and we don't have any disorganized drivers there.
Yeah, very good call by ARCA Race Control. Same guys in NASCAR Race Control, except, it's ARCA. So, it's going to be slightly different. ARCA rules are more lenient than most other racing series. So, we won't see anything like what happened to Johnny Gardner in the truck series, getting taken out of his ride just because of dirty driving. Because a lot of these guys in the ARCA series are pretty young guys. So, ARCA knows that they're learning. And, right now, they all got to learn Daytona. And that's, like, one of the hardest tracks to learn besides maybe a road course or 2. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys are going to do great. They held it 3x3x3, multiple lanes back for about 6 or 7 laps. there. So that shows that these guys can really race hard and pretty much get away with it.
And obviously, we do have some retirees from the track. The number 6, 59, and 06 are out. Obviously, you saw what happened to them. Trouble struck them. Spencer Gilmore in 59, 6 of, I don't remember who's in the 6.
That's Eric Dobbs.
Eric Dobbs, yep.
Eric
And
Dobbs,
the
one of the
06
veterans
JJ.
in this series. Not a good start to his season.
And Luis Hernandez is taking service. Looks like they're repairing that 55 Veterine Toyota there. See if they can do anything. Yep, the back end's off the racing machine. Obviously, they probably won't be able to catch up, but Hernandez is currently a lap down.
He might if he no, he won't actually. He'll have to be going supersonic speed. But I don't think
We'll have to hope for a caution here.
yeah, he will have to hope for a caution. There's sadly no lucky dogs in ARCA, so it's not like he's gonna get his lap back. But he's gonna have to hope to get up through the field and get his lap back so he can stay competitive through the race. But
Pace
I
car
don't know.
goes
Joey
off.
Murphy's gonna lead us to the green.
Yeah, he does. Green flag Zach out. We're racing.
You saw a couple cars look like they were going to try and get out of line here. There you see a lot of them now going to that inside line. They know what they're going to try and do. They're going to do their best to get their way up to the front because that's where the trouble less likely will happen. And you can see the 98. Diego Stigall third on the move there. You see the also Eli Bright, remember the defending series champion, and getting help from Martin in the 48.
William Goss making a move on Joey Murphy. Everyone ditching Murphy on the inside. 68 follows Goss, DJ Curtis, and Cody Lamas in third place. Pretty good run for him. And Austin McDonald has made his way up to, I believe, 5th place.
Remember, Cody Lamas got turned. Was not Cody. No, someone else got turned earlier. He is fine.
Yeah, Luis Hernandez way off the pack. He's not even in 4th gear yet. So, yeah, tough time for Luis right now. But also Daytona's only one race, so it's not going to define the rest of your season. But
No.
it's not like there's a chase in ARCA or anything, but you can still make up points after Daytona. It's only race 1 of about 20 or so races.
Who
Also
knows,
notice
there
there
could be
a bit of
another
a
wreck.
split in the pack here. The first pack's kind of pulled away from the rest of the field here. It looks like they need to work themselves together. It looks like Austin Ogo's going to try and lead that little outlier of a second pack. Maybe if they can formulate one, then they can probably catch him.
Austin Oko definitely getting the draft. He's going over 3 miles per hour faster than Joey. Just a matter if from about Jonathan Tungate on back, they could catch.
Yeah, Austin Ogo, he was, I believe, in the Cup Series a couple years ago. Or not a couple years ago, a couple seasons ago. But lost his contract and he came to ARCA just trying to race something. And he's done a pretty good job here at Daytona. As there's a 3-wide move for the lead, I believe, by Oreo Pollard. He's not known to be the fastest guy on track, but if he can pull one off at Daytona, that'd be a pretty good start to his season.
What they're doing right now is exactly what that second pack on back wants to see, with them racing 3x3, so they can catch back up.
Yeah, they are catching Luis Hernandez very quickly. He's very slow on the track, and he is also by himself. So while they're racing 3-wide like this, the 55 is also right up there and could interfere with this race.
On the inside looking out for second, Joey Murphy. Oreo Pollard, I believe, is holding him off pretty well right now.
I'm not sure if Luis Hernandez is even up to the minimum speed here, but it looks like they're allowing him to stay on the track here. Maybe Hernandez
He is
waiting
above 180.
waiting to happen here.
Minimum
Above
speed
180.
is about 175. He's going 183-ish on the backstretch. So he is meeting minimum speed requirements, but obviously not as fast as he wants to go. And they have caught him so fast.
Murphy and Pollard just ran away from the field.
Those
at that
guys
point.
did a beautiful job of slowing themselves down and not wrecking each other. Poor Luis, there's nothing he can do right now. except just get out of the way. But they were 3 by 3 there,
You see a little
so
second pack coming in there. That little pack led by Brandon Schmidt.
last season's champion Eli Bright getting held up. So is the 00 of Austin McDonald. Schmidt getting into the line, trying to pass them. They're 4 wide, and they put Hernandez in the walls. Schmidt goes around for the second time.
That does bring out the yellow, yes. So the huge gap Pollard and Murphy had is no more. And the caution flies.
That was a mess waiting to happen there. Hernandez, knowing the slow cars and the characteristics of them, they could be quite a hassle for those on the lean lap, and you saw exactly what happened there. Brandon Schmidt and Hernandez collided at turn 2, and the 52 went for a spin.
The debut that Brandon Schmidt wants, first season in big stock car racing, to be honest. Schrader signed him on and gave him a chance. Guy's been kicking butt in the open wheel series, but he gave stock car racing a try. But yeah, I guess the 4 wide situation between Hernandez and the rest of the guys, it gave Schmidt the worst end of the deal, and he went spinning around after some contact. Everyone missed him. I think Zach Buchanan barely touched him.
Yeah. It actually looked like the 22, and I'm looking at this right now. The 22 actually came up into the 52. Hernandez was actually maintaining his line well. It's just wrong place at the wrong time for him, but still, that's really a major factor, really a dead-on reaction and effect for the lap cars in a nutshell, as seen right there.
Yeah, the
When,
52 actually
basically
did
lap
come down
cars,
on the 22 and slid up the track into the 55.
Yeah, when lap cars kind of bottle up the lead lap car, it's going to cause a wreck either like sooner or later, so...
You know what? Someone I've been watching all race, someone that's been fast is 69 of penetration. They've been just flying all day.
Penetration, there you go.
That's his sister.
Blood.
This is Patrick.
Oh, this is a Pat situation. My bad.
I think you're thinking of Penny from women's basketball.
Yeah. Bad.
As they are pitting right now, Oreo led them into the pits, and Joey Murphy followed suit.
Tires or no tires, that's the question.
It's Daytona. You don't really need tires too much, but with the way these guys are racing, they actually might need a little bit because they're 3 by 3, and that's obviously not the best racing for tire conservation.
Let's use the first one out, and it is Mason Walborn, I believe, that just barely beat the 72 out. Then you got Will Goss in 3rd, Murphy 4th, and then Ash Curtis running inside the top 5 here.
Austin Ogo made it out in 6th place. Very good pit stop for the 54 team. Michael Pollard, he came out somewhere around the lower half of the top 15. But Mason Wellborn is the guy who came out first. As I don't know if ARCA is going to need to extend the caution for stragglers and people who can't get into line, but we'll see. They don't throw cautions like that until the exit of turn 4. So we'll see if the officials decide to throw the caution.
It matter probably of if they're all lined up or ready to go by the time to get out of 4.
The field trying to get themselves in order here. I don't think that might work because they're still debating.
Oh, it is a mess.
That's a mess back there.
They still gotta wait until turn 4, and it is turn 4 now. They threw it as soon as they saw that. These guys are acting a little bit ridiculous right now.
I mean, they were 4 wide over 5. I see.
I'm not gonna rag on them too much. They're all pretty much young guys, so it's not like they know everything.
Ones too.
Yeah, there are quite a few seasoned veterans, but it's 50-50 between those and very young guys trying to make their way to the stock car ranks.
So yeah, the 1-to-go signal obviously out in the air. Mason Wilborn leads over Oreo Pollard. Then you got Will Goss, Joey Murphy, and Ash Curtis to round up the top 5. Tops from 6th on down, Joseph Curtis, Patrick Trajan, Austin Ogo, Eric Rodriguez, and the number 25 of Mike Hawk. So judging by how the stock cars have been for the ARCA series, what do you think? How do you think aerodynamics are going to play a role here? Like, in terms of drafting and in terms of pushing, how do you think people are going to be in these next couple of laps here? We still haven't quite reached the halfway point yet, but what do you both think about the situation as of right now? Like, would you rather be in the front, stay in the middle, or be in the back?
I mean, on these restarts especially, you'd rather be in the front. It seems like the field gets spread out, but that might have been just because there was a couple damaged cars in the middle last time. But I see no harm in the front versus the middle. Oh wow, Mason Wilborn, a rookie in the series, as noted. Also got Pollard. Joey Murphy's a rookie. The number 20 machine. Okay. Michael Pollard. All sorts of rookies. Ready to take the green though. As your leader is Mason Wilborn.
Yes, indeed, and obviously the pace car lights are out. They will be coming in this time around. Yes, like you said, Murphy, right now, or Jacobs, excuse me, Wellborn will be leading them down, and the green flag will fly. Wellborn leads on the restart, as you see a bunch of cars now hiding on the outside line. Joseph Kerr is trying to make something happen here, see if he can do anything.
Lots of cars got better starts this time. I don't think there'll be as much of a pack separation as there was in the last restart.
And there you see down the inside, Oriole Pollard getting a push from Will Goss for the race lead. And new leader, Oriole Pollard in the number 72. He's going to make way to lead some laps here, but Will Goss is going to try and deny that. He's got help from Joey Murphy and the 67 of Ash Curtis here. As you see, DJ Curtis also in the mix with the number 58 of Eric Rodriguez now climbing into the picture.
Will Goss keeps the lead off turn 4, but Murphy goes and follows into the 67 the side. Ash Curtis trying to go for second though. We do not have a big a separation. There's still separation between the packs. There's a lot more cars up now in the first pack.
Yeah, a couple of them are actually kind of hanging on the edge here. Looks like Mike Hawk is kind of struggling with the car right now, the Veterini. Not having the best of runs right now. Looks like he might have had some back-end damage maybe from an earlier incident, but looks like he's on the edge of missing this pack. But yeah, that might be the case for this 25 team, because there you see Eli Bright. Remember, the defending champion actually has a really fast car under his sleeve, so...
I don't know if Zach Buchanan has a slow car, but he's definitely a couple miles per hour off the pace, and yeah, that entire line goes to the kitchen.
I think it's because of the damage he got in that wreck with Brandon Schmidt there in the 52. That's why I think there's reports they had some massive hood damage under the car, so it's not really helping them aerodynamically. So that car's not as fast as it was earlier in the race, and that is a tough break for Zach Buchanan indeed. As the lead is going to heat up now between Will Goss and Martin again.
But to the inside now, the 68 of DJ Curtis going for the race lead.
There you see Jack Merkel in the number 10 now making his way back up into the pack there. You got Jonathan Tungate now running inside the top 5 as of right now. Then, like I said, Manuel Martin has been in the front pack all day, so it's a good run for this 48 team. A lot of under front cars are actually running very solid today. This is a golden opportunity for them to
they're
rack
4
up some
wide.
good finishes.
Oh man, 4 wide, that does not equal good things. And there they go. Hard crash.
Murphy involved. Mike Hawk involved.
Hawk is involved, spinning through the grass. The 48 of Manuel Martin destroyed. You saw him take that very hard hit in that 48.
Oriole Pollard, one of the strongest cars all race involved.
Racing back down towards the line, and Jonathan Tungate's going to take the lead away with McDonald in second, Michael Pollard in third, and you got Merkel fourth, and then DJ Curtis running out the top 5. But we did have an incident there. You saw exactly Manuel Martin had a very strong car today, and now his car is basically demolished. Mike Hawk
was amazing.
got involved there as well as Oriole Pollard, and man, That number 48 almost saved it, but then just wrong place at the wrong time. Nothing you could really do from there on, and that's what happened.
If you're looking into the spectator cam in slow motion, you can see they were saving it, and saving it, and then the 48 just gets hooked into the wall by Austin Ogo. Ogo couldn't really do too much there, but 48 takes a massive hit.
Goss got into him.
Shoots right back in front of the pack. And there's nowhere to go for some of these guys. Will Goss, I believe that is, does a great job at avoiding this wreck.
Joey Murphy got sidewiped by the 25 there. And they were all just trying to slow down for the wreck there. Really, the high side was really just, you were basically dead for that wreck.
And speaking about side swiping, it was more right in the front end for Murphy. He has a lot of front end.
Yeah,
oh man, guys, look at how Eli Bright got through there. That was a great job at avoiding that wreck. Thank God you have an onboard camera with him.
Boy, that was an amazing avoidance by Eli Bright there. Luckily, that is a good handsman of the race right there for the number 23.
Sees the wreck happening, slows down, finds that little gap, the 25. He almost gets hit by the 25. And just barely makes it through there with no damage. Unlike his teammate who got a little bit of side damage, but nothing that could really hurt Joey Murphy's race. They could just bend that out in a couple minutes.
I don't know. He's got some front end damage as well. That might enter his car just a bit there. And looks like coming out of pit lane yet again, it is Jonathan Tungate now beating the field out. He was the leader across the line, and now he's leading them out yet again.
Man, Jonathan Tungate, just one of those guys who has a big load of talent, but just does not have the funds to back that up. And Will Kimmel gave him the chance to race full-time this season, as well as a bunch of other guys. All these red cars with black hoods are all owned by Will Kimmel, and he gave all these great drivers chances to race this season.
Oriel Pollard has a lot of damage. Hit the wall hard on the outside line.
And the 48 has fallen out of the race. They put the car behind the wall. They are done for the day. Tough break for Manuel Martin, though. Very fast car indeed.
I wouldn't count out Manuel for the season. He's one of those guys who can just outperform the equipment he's given. As we saw in testing for all the tracks, he actually topped the leaderboard at Sebring. So that should be very interesting to see when we go there.
If they throw the yellow on the board,
they probably will have to. Their car's on the apron.
They got lined up pretty well, but this time might be a little different.
Yeah, they're all just riding the inside line.
They're gonna have to.
Yep, they threw it out again. You guys will have to see at least one more lap of pacing. It gives you a little bit of time to get some snacks or something.
John, I'm going to get some.
But, yeah, leader Jonathan Tungate, second Jack Merkel, third DJ Curtis, fourth Austin McDonald, fifth Patrick Tracian, sixth Joseph Curtis, seventh Cody Lamas, eighth Michael Pollard, ninth Isaac Jekyll, and 10th is William Goss.
Yeah, it looks like all the Will Kimmel cars are actually doing rather solidly. They're on the top 5 right now, looks like.
Yeah, good for those guys.
So yeah, we've had a bunch of our wrecks today here at Daytona. We've had only not that many retirees, surprisingly. We haven't had a really big wreck yet. We've had some kind of small waves of crashes. We did have one, though, in that first wreck under caution on a technicality scale, and that took out a lot of drivers. But so far, most of the wrecks have been more in the minor area of wrecking. But we haven't had our big one yet. Do you think there's going to be one at all? Go and be honest here. Do you think there's going to be a big one in this race later on? Do you think so, Schwal?
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. It's just bound to happen. And honestly, I think we're gonna have a surprise winner here at Daytona. It all depends. But Yeah, Jonathan Tungate. You don't really want to be the leader on these restarts. They always get sent back. Um, but you know what? It's always good to lead laps and races and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get those bonus points racked down from what I recall. Austin McDonald, though, having a really quiet run today. Pace car is off on the racetrack there. Jonathan Tungate will be leading the field down yet again. He did lead them for the caution flag. Now he's going to lead in for the green. And there it is.
What a great start by the number 80. Got a huge jump over the rest of the field.
Jack Merkel did not get going on that restart there, and there you see DJ Curtis going to try and take advantage of that. And Patrick Tracian, teammates are going to try and get together, try and get their cars 1, 2, and 3 on the racetrack there, with Jonathan Tungate leading.
Jonathan Tungate seems to be the only guy who has led to the green flag and kept it through turn 2, but I think his teammate in the 68 car of DJ Curtis is going to change that fact. And DJ is going to take the lead in the number 68 machine, followed by the 69 of Patrick Tracian. It's got a whole bundle of...
running for the team as well, so there he's actually trying to march his way up into the field there, but still the Will Kilmer cars running very strong today, and they are side by side for the second position. And then you got Cody Lamos down that bottom trying to break that train away, as there you see an aggressive block by DJ Curtis in the 68.
DJ trying to control the lanes and the air, and the 78 following right behind DJ. The 38, though, of, I believe that is Joseph Curtis pulling down to the inside. And he gets blocked without any help down there, trying to take second place from Cody Lamas. But these guys are 3 wide, a couple rows back, and a couple rows deep.
Thank goodness there's not many restrictions on the tandeming rule there, because NASCAR, remember NASCAR has a bit of a pushing rule in the lower tier series, but there's not much of a restriction here in ARCA. They can just do whatever they want to win this race. They can do anything except passing below the yellow line, obviously. Right now, DJ Curtis still controlling the race right now. Joseph Curtis' siblings, the older brother here, trying to take that away. But there you see the 23 of Eli Bright with a move to the inside.
Wow, what a weird turn of events from the 74 to the 23. I thought I was seeing things for a second, but they both just crisscross lanes. That was kind of cool looking, to be honest. As the 38 goes down to the inside, Joseph Curtis trying to take the lead from DJ Curtis. There's, what is there, 3 Curtises in this field?
Yeah, 3 of them. Ash Curtis, Joseph, and DJ.
Yeah, we got a couple pairs of families, the Pollards, the Curtises, and I believe there's a couple others.
A couple Murphys.
Yeah, a couple Murphys. A couple Williamses. They're both related.
You see, look at this massive wad of cars, though, double file pushing each other. This brings shades of 2014 from the NASCAR, what was originally called the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Remember these guys, and as well as old pack racing, because they actually would used to tandem each other. They kind of would commit to their lane here. It looks like modern day racing, the super speedways here, as Austin Ogo currently leads here within the 54 team.
Yeah, these guys have settled it out. Pretty much saying in their heads, I don't want to wreck this car, I want to get the victory lane. But even if you wreck the car and got the victory lane, I'm pretty sure they'd be satisfied. But right now they're all just trying to keep their cars clean. As they're going 3 wide, Mason Wellborn makes a ballsy move down to the inside.
That was quick to go from 2 wide, 2 wide, 2 wide, and also 3 wide.
Yeah, we
3
spoke
rows
too
deep.
soon there, definitely.
It's actually, I believe, 4 rows deep. Nope, it's 3 rows deep now, but Mason Wellborn trying to control the pack in the Braun Racing Impala.
The only car I've been able to see catch any new driver to catch is, Jesse Arugi.
Yep.
In the number 36.
Those guys are trying to settle themselves out back there. A couple Venturini teammates of Robbie Jackson and Jonathan.
38 in the wall.
Oh, there's a couple more cars in the wall. That was really weird. I don't believe that there's... Is that the tire wear?
Nah, they just got
I
into
think
each
they
other down the
collided
back.
there. Got us-
They collided. It was almost a wreck.
Oh, the camera wasn't on that, at least not on my end. All I saw was a couple cars in the wall. But I was gonna talk about those guys catching the pack, but I guess
Separated them.
yeah, separated themselves from the pack, as Austin Ogo was just leading of what 3 laps ago, and now he's all the way back there.
They are
So
catching a lot of traffic though. Luis Hernandez in the 55. Remember, he had damage in that wreck under caution, and they are catching him extremely fast yet again. Wow, look how close that was.
Hernandez out of the way, Bright. Oh, Hernandez is just trying to move out of the way. He just can't. There's no real lanes to go.
That allowed that top 8 just to run away with it at this point.
And there you see the 55 getting shoved up the racetrack with Theo Segal's help. Segal wasn't really too happy with that 55 there in the way, so. Yeah, that first pack's really pulled away. It's really just a wad of 7 cars there.
And pretty much everyone has gotten past the 55 except for the 88 of Corey Williams.
Pollard is leading, but now Austin McDonald's in the lead, going for the lead.
Austin McDonald, also one of the new guys into stock car racing, taking the lead at Daytona, getting his feet wet. The dream basically is to win at Daytona, but to lead at Daytona is also pretty cool. As they're going 3 wide right now, actually, in the main pack. And the 42
exactly what the second pack wants to see.
of John Garnes down to the middle lane, actually. Eric Rodriguez tried to peak low, but Garnes blocks that lane. Garnes is going to go straight to the lead. John Garnes, one of those really quiet guys that we don't really hear about too much, but got a ride in that number 42 car, and he's obviously showing his presence fairly well here. Avoided all the wrecks and got all the way up to the first place position.
Yeah, he may be quiet on the track there, Schwal, but actually he's a pretty big talker outside of the track when you get to know him. Had a little talk with him, and he was very excited about getting the 42 car for Daytona. They knew their car was pretty fast, and they can get out of trouble. They can at least get a top 10 finish. That's what they've been aiming for this whole race, and that's really where they want to end up, and most maybe even going for that win.
This pack is about 2 seconds off the first pack.
Yeah, but they got more cars back there, so I think they can run them down pretty easily.
This one's a little chaotic up in the front. They're still pretty fast up there.
Yeah, pay attention to those intervals here in the leaderboard. They still haven't really gained much. That second pack hasn't. They've kind of all battled it out from here on. So they really need to work together if they want to catch that first pack.
They're still trying to figure out who's going to lead that pack in the second one, so that's a little bit weird.
Last time, but the last time around before in the
They
second
actually
pack,
had lost
Mason,
correction there. They might have lost maybe a thousandth,
but
few thousandths there, maybe.
the leader last time had like a big gap over second at the line, so I think they gained overall off the pack on them.
Yeah, Tungate's got a big gap to the 22 car of Mike Pollard. Let's see if they gain this time. They actually lost a couple tenths that time by the 67 of Ash Curtis down to the inside of Mike Pollard.
I think the issue is the pack is like a mess. This pack's really kind of clumped up and nicely together. Schmidt, though, is the next lap car. I think they'll come in contact with unless it's by Luis beforehand.
Yeah, I believe Brandon Schmidt is going to be the next lap car that will interfere with the leaders. So I believe that second pack will catch up. These guys are...
And we got
Oh, they're
car
pitting.
coming down pit lane there. That is Patrick Trason. Looks like maybe we have a possibility of green flag pit stops slowly opening up.
It is about time for green flag pit stops, if I remember correctly. They pitted last time, I believe, on lap 25. Wow, man. That might have been an unscheduled stop, actually.
Could be.
I don't know, he's got that right side damage. Might be getting that repaired. No, he's taking some tires. I don't know if the rest of these guys are having to deal with tire issues here, but At least
Yep, they're
the
opening up. Yep, pit window looks like it's opening up. Here we got two more takers here, Jack Merkel and Jonathan Tungate. Second pack does not go in just yet. I think they're actually going to try and work together here, and they actually kind of got a bit more organized this time around, but
Good for them.
still a bit of a mess.
They can catch up to the pack up there, I believe, with what is happening is they are so slow.
Tration out of the pits, the 10 and the 80 going into their pit stalls. The 80 is not taking any tires.
Well, here comes Schmidt now. This will be interesting because if they pit this time and Schmidt holds them up a little bit, this might be difficult at pit.
Ooh, Schmidt's blocking the low side.
Just allowed the 67 to pull away a ton.
Let's see if any more guys pit.
That'll help the second pack a little bit.
No more pit from the main couple packs.
And the 55 is also in the way there. Luis Hernandez, they've caught him yet again. The 55 yet again slow on the racetrack.
Leaf Hernandez pitted again, and he gets in the way.
Ash Curtis is just blown away from them at this point.
Tungate just getting back onto the racetrack.
Oh, this could be an issue.
Tungate's not really a slow car. It's McDonald, and I believe that's Garnes. Yes, it is.
Oh,
We got a spin coming into the pits.
no caution. Are they going to throw one for...
Oh my god, Sasuli comes into the pits still. Acting like nothing ever happened. I don't even think Sasuli needs a caution. But Eli Bright, he might actually need one of those cautions.
And that was a tough break there. I think they were all trying to slow down there, all because of that lap car in the way.
Mm-hmm.
McDonald and the Haas machine already coming out of the pits.
Ash Curtis is just flown away from the field. He's nowhere near
Robbie
him.
Jackson out of the pits. Goes the 88 at Corey Williams.
Yeah, from what I just saw there, the 15 actually just came in there a bit too late. Last minute decision just didn't work out. Came down in front of the 23 there. Nothing Bright could do.
About everyone's pitting this time.
Sasuli, I believe, got a penalty on that pit stop for entering dangerously. As he almost hits Cody Lamas in the pit area, but he's going to leave the pits right now generally unscathed.
Couple of cars merging might hurt the lead pack as they come up on some guys that are a little slow, and it will. It looks like the 67, the 58, the 98, and the 22 are all pitting this time. That
And we're gonna see
leads no one on the lead lap
gotta see
anymore.
who's gonna be the leader once they cross the line. Who's gonna stay out? Who's gonna come in? I think this is gonna end maybe the green flag cycle here. We're gonna have to wait and see though once lap number 42 begins.
Rodriguez pulling down into his pit stall, I believe, fairly soon. He's one of the most diverse drivers in here, and one of the best drivers. So the 58 Eric Rodriguez doing a fantastic job. He was leading this race as Ash Curtis beats him out of pit road, and Theodore Stegalt gets a fairly good pit stop actually. Buchanan comes into the pits finally.
Buchanan pits. It's just...
Let's see who's the next car. Jonathan Tungate was actually one of the first ones that pitted. He's gonna try and maybe get in that pack here. He can probably be able to at this rate, and you see a couple cars.
Whoa! Robbie Jackson just made a very ballsy pass on Joey Murphy. I have to go look at that again.
He got forced down that yellow line though, but he already passed him by then, so they're not really gonna give a penalty for that.
Yeah, they're not going to penalize Robbie Jackson. They might have to talk to Joey Spotter or something. I don't know. There's no penalties for stuff like that, but man, that was almost awful.
Interesting to see. We are getting reports there may be debris on the apron in turn number 2. I don't know if they're going to call it for that, as it is down below.
Probably maybe some of the grass like particles from the 15 wrecking. You see there, he got around. Speaking of the 15, they got around him. Remember, he's got a lot of damage now, so Joshua Sakuli's race is down the drain just like that. Tough break for the Veterini.
Know what they do? ARCA officials call a caution for that debris.
Yeah, it was on the racing surface. There's grass actually on the racing surface. Not what Ash Curtis wanted to see at all. But you know what? That's racing. That's how things play out.
Yes, indeed, and that's going to obviously caution out for debris on the racetrack. They've recalled it because of the grass down when Sakuli spun, and they were concerned maybe also some tire residue down in the pit lane area. Not really the pit lane area, but like that transitioning out turn 4, so the wind's kind of picked up just a bit there, but not too much. But Ash Kerr is currently the leader there. Not what he wanted to see, actually. They kind of wanted that spread out pack, so it could be only maybe between like 5 cars at most.
Sakuli was one of the last beneficiaries on that one, as he was on the lead lap prior to the caution coming out.
Yeah, but he got a lap down though after that because the leaders did pass him pretty quickly, so he's going to have to probably. That's still not really going to help him too much. The question was still going to remain whether you take tires or none and just maybe top up from that fuel here. Is there the possibility they're actually good on fuel, or they're just going to come in and just be safe?
I mean, there's the possibility they're going to fuel, but I think they're definitely going to fuel. They pitted with 9 remaining. They're fine.
Yeah, I think they're going to be good on fuel, so it looks like a lot of them are going to stay out, and this is not going to be good for that 42. John Garnes, that 15 in the way. Remember, he's got damage. They need to get around Josh Cooley as fast as possible. He has a damaged car for a reason.
I believe the lights will go out this time.
Yeah, they should be able to, but right now it's still Ash Curtis. This could still be a top five really just battling it out, unless John Garnes, like I said, can get around that 15. You mentioned the fact there are damaged cars in the way, so this could be drastic for them. They're going to have to do something about it.
Brandon Schmidt's up there. He's hurt. Ogo's going to have to find a way around him and Cody. It'll be interesting to see as well. We get the restart with, I believe, 6 to go. Anyone can get, 5 to go. We'll see if anyone can get around him.
Once they cross the line, it will be 5 to go, though. But yes, Ash Curtis is definitely going to want to get this W here. And a lot of drivers are very desperate to get that win. And I know everybody, they're going to get more aggressive than they ever will be.
Ash Curtis leads again. Eric Rodriguez, you got Theo Stigall, Jonathan Tungate, Melbourne, John Garnes, E.J. Curtis, Michael Pollard, Jesse Owuji, and Austin McDonald in your top 10. Other than the top 10, I think Sakuli's, I don't think he's as bad as Schmidt, so I don't think Garnes, I think Garnes is just going to have to make the move entering 1 and he should be fine.
Yeah, the problem is, though, if that 15 does not get a good restart, that's going to bottle up the field behind him, and that's really going to end their chances of winning unless they can work together. But we saw what happened with that second pack earlier in the race, and they didn't really work together too well, and they couldn't really catch the first pack at all. So we're going to have to wait and see as the pace car is off of corner number 4. They will be coming off the track, and here in just a bit, you can take over from here on, Murphy, for the green.
We come to the green with 5 to go. Curtis brings it down 72 miles per hour. Get ready to take the green flag for the final restart here at Daytona. Green flag is out and we're racing again.
Oh, we're going to have to wait and see if we can get that caution or not there.
Good move by John Garnes. Wasted no time getting around the 50.
And look at Eric Rodriguez down the bottom of the inside line. Great crossover move on the 58 there. As there you see John Garnes has gotten around that 15, and Sakuli's actually going to yield for the lead lap car. It's very generous offer for the 15. You got to give some props there. Very gentleman-like move for the driver.
A lot of cars getting inside Schmidt. Austin will go make the back move outside. He's not going to be able to get around him. Cody Mamas goes to the inside for 11.
67-58 swap positions again, and the 42, John Garnes, making progress on that inside line. We only have a handful, not even a handful of laps to go. And
another 10-car battle for the win. You got 4 to go now.
Yeah, Ash Curtis couldn't block that inside lane there. John Garnes now with a full head of steam. He's got help from the 68 of DJ Curtis. There with the 22 of Michael Pollard, who's been running up well in this pack. And a lot of drivers still in this Awuji. The African-American now trying to get in that top 5. And right now, actually, he is running inside there right now. But this is going to get quite intense. They are bump technique extremely hard
Cody
with the
Lamas
stakes winding up.
Power shot around Sekuli. He's got a huge head of steam entering the pack.
We got 2 African Americans on the inside line, 36-98. Very impressive runs for the both of those very talented drivers. As Awuji, he was trying to make a peek down to the inside of the 22 of Michael Pollard, and he might just do that down the backstretch as we've seen multiple times. And there goes Jesse Awuji down to the inside of Michael Pollard.
Yeah, but Pollard's got that help from the high side. He's going to block down low this time around. Michael Pollard with a great block there. I don't know how long it's going to last there because Awuji still has a full head of steam. But will Jonathan Tungate make the issue even a bit more intense as he tries to go the inside of the 36 there?
Be interesting to see if Isaac Jekyll has time to get into the pack. With 2 laps of racing to go, he's about a half second off. I don't think he has a chance at the win, but he definitely could sneak his way in the
Whoa! Michael Pollard tried to block Jonathan Tungate, and Tungate stuck his nose down there, said, and he took that position right away from Michael Pollard. Jonathan Tungate to the lead. He goes to block Pollard. Will that be enough to keep Stegall behind him? I believe it is. Jonathan Tungate.
Stegall working together here. They've gotten themselves up together. Austin Ogo and Mason Wellborn also in the mix here. As here they come for corner number 4. Jonathan
be the
Tungate
white flag.
the white flag. This time around, 1 more lap to go.
Remember we said Cody Lamas would have got held up by... He got held up by Sekuli, and he got held up by Brandon Schmidt. But he's right there fighting for the win.
I don't know. Jonathan Tungate's going to do everything he can to keep the 78 behind him as Luis Hernandez is nowhere to be seen. No threats of lap traffic. As, I don't know if Cody Lamas is going to get there in time. Mason Wellborn trying to make a move down to the inside of Austin Ogo as we are coming through turns 3 and 4. Who's going to get it? Is Cody Lamas going to have a run down the front stretch?
I don't think
he's not going to.
Stay behind him.
Jonathan Tungate is going to win a wild one at Daytona. What a race.
Jekyll did have time to get in the top 10, but he does squeak in the top 10. And good run by a couple drivers. Awuji, Eric Rodriguez had a good run. Theo Stegall, Austin Oga, Cody Lamas, all with good runs. But it wasn't enough to get the win today, as that goes to Jonathan Tungate here at Daytona.
What a race at Daytona. And such a diverse field, too. We talked about that diversity program, but that's not the topic right now. The topic is Jonathan Tungate getting the win at Daytona. Like I said earlier, he's one of those great drivers, but doesn't have, that big of a wallet as these guys. So, great start for Jonathan, and we'll see you guys next week for race 2. And for now, this is us signing off. I hope you all had a great time watching this race. There's the rest of the order behind, I believe the last car was Brandon Schmidt shown on the official standings board. Retirees were Manuel Martin, Eric Dobbs, Spencer Gilmore, and J.J. Williams. But yeah, what a race. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next race.